This kid makes over $500,000 a month, and he's not even old enough to buy a beer yet. But is he really a marketing genius, or is he just rich because his grandpa owns Fiji water? Meet Brez Scales, and in the past year he's dropped out of college, crashed a couple of your dream cars, and has made more money than most people will see in a lifetime. Unless you watch this entire video, because I'll be sharing the secret to his business model into 3 easy steps. And no, step 1 is not owning Fiji water. Before we pull his business apart, we actually have to know what he does. So I'll let the man himself tell you.
You guys know me, you don't know me maybe, my name's Brez, and basically what I do is a business model called freelance brand scaling. Essentially, all that this business model is taking brands that struggle to promote their products through paid advertisements, running their paid advertisements for them in order to attribute more revenue to their overall sales and drive their sales up, and you get paid a percentage of what you generate them.
If that sounds too complicated, don't worry, because we can actually break that down into 3 parts. Part 1, client acquisition, which is how you get your customers. Part 2, client conversion, which is how you get your customers to choose you over your competition. And Part 3, client success, how you get your customers results. But knowing what he does actually doesn't put any money in your pocket. So let's dive into each part, look at what Brez is doing, and figure out how you can copy him. Part 1, client acquisition. Now there are only 2 ways to get a client. You either reach out to them first, which is outbound, or they reach out to you first, which is inbound. Looking at Brez, he has both an agency Instagram and an agency website. Because of his massive personal brand, it's safe to assume that Brez's DMs are filled with people begging him to help him out. The best move for Brez is to hire a DM setter. This is a person that checks every DM, qualifies whether that person is a good or bad fit for the company, and books them onto a sales call. On his website, you'll see an apply button, but that apply button actually takes you to a Typeform survey. Now, this survey allows Brez to filter his good and bad leads depending on the answers that they give him. The good leads are then sent to a CRM like Go High Level, ClickFunnels, or Hyros for his sales staff to manage. But an opportunity here for Brez that I actually don't see him implementing is downselling his unqualified leads into a lower ticket product. This will allow him to collect cash from both his qualified and unqualified leads, maximizing his sales funnel. But we're honestly getting ahead of ourselves because you wouldn't even be able to do what Brez is currently doing. It's not because I don't believe in you, it's just you don't have the personal brand to attract leads, you don't have the systems to filter and manage these leads, and you don't have the sales staff to close these leads. So this is what you're gonna do instead. A, you're gonna drop your ego and get ready to do a whole bunch of cold outreach. Cold emails, cold DMs are going to be your best friend. B, you're gonna sit down and create a dream avatar. This allows you to know exactly who you are targeting, so none of your marketing efforts are going to waste. It's a lot easier to be a big fish in a small pond than it is to be a small fish in a big pond. And if you need help coming up with a dream avatar, I actually have a Google document that's gonna walk you through the step-by-step process on how to do so. If you want it, I'll send it over for free. Just go over to Instagram, follow me, and DM me the word dream, and I'll send it over. If you are not following me, you will not get the document. After you create your dream avatar, all that's left is giving them an offer they cannot refuse, which is step C. And I'm about to show you exactly how to do that in the next section. So if you click off right now, you might know the business model, you might know how to attract clients, but you won't know how to actually get those clients to choose you over your competitors. So I highly recommend finishing this video or risk missing out on the free sauce I have for you. But before we move on, I have to tell you a harsh truth. Most of you that start this business model are actually going to quit here because client acquisition is the hardest part about this business model. But if you are the one rare individual that can make it through this part, everything else is going to be so much easier. The second hardest part is getting people to choose you over your competitors, which brings us to step number 2, client conversion. Before I give you the 4-step framework that top marketers are using to get people to choose them over everybody else, I want to challenge you to try to figure it out by yourself. So let's rewind back to that earlier clip of Brez because he actually uses the exact framework I'm about to teach you.
Essentially, all that this business model is taking brands that struggle to promote their products through paid advertisements, running their paid advertisements for them in order to attribute more revenue to their overall sales and drive their sales up, and you get paid a percentage of what you generate them.
Did you catch it this time? No? Don't worry, I'll stop retention farming and just give it to you. Step 1 is knowing exactly who you're trying to target. This goes back to the dream avatar, which is why it is so important, because everything else gets built around your dream avatar. Step 2 is understanding what your dream avatar wants. This is called the dream state. A big mistake that beginners make with any marketing effort is that they are too selfish. They think about themselves and what they want instead of thinking about the customer and what the customer wants. You have to put the customer first, and more importantly, you have to know what your customer wants. That's the only way to get somebody to give you money out of their pocket. Step number 3 is understanding where your customer is compared to where they want to be. This is called the current state. Then once you know where their current state is, all that's left is bridging the gap, which is step number 4. There's always going to be a gap between where your customer is and where they want to be. Your offer needs to be framed as the bridge between these 2 points. But you can't stop there, because your competitors, at least the ones that know what they're doing, are creating their own bridges. So your offer has to be so good that your customer will feel stupid with telling you no or going with anybody else. That's the only way to attract cold clients. Now let's go back to that video and break down each step as Brez explains it.
Essentially, all that this business model is taking brands that struggle to promote their products through paid advertisements, running their paid advertisements for them in order to attribute more revenue to their overall sales and drive their sales up, and you get paid a percentage of what you generate them.
So now you know how to get and convert your clients, but I still wouldn't click off this video because you are missing a big part of the puzzle, which is actually getting results. And that brings us to step 3, client success. I'm going to make an assumption here that you don't actually know how to set up or run a Facebook ad account. So once again, I'll let Brez, the mastermind, teach you.
First things first, when we come into the Ads Manager firsthand, we're going to come to the left side here on All Tools and enter the business settings. We're going to have to go ahead and set up an active page. Next, you're going to come and actually create the ad account. This is what's going to be hosted underneath the business portfolio, allowing you to actually run ads from this ad account. Next, you're going to come down to where it says Instagram accounts and actually go ahead and connect the Instagram account. You're going to come down to billing and payments, and this is where you're going to go ahead and actually add payment method to the ad account. Last thing we'll have to do is actually go ahead and create the pixel. Now, coming back into the Ads Manager itself, let's go ahead and actually set up this first ever campaign. We're going to come to the very top left of the Ads Manager screen here and click on this green button where it says create. We're then going to select a sales campaign. We're going to go ahead and name this campaign. We're going to go ahead and set an ad set budget. And then that's basically all we have to do for the campaign level here. Moving forward, we're going to go into the ad set. We're going to go ahead and set the conversion location as a website, as that's where we're driving all the traffic is to the actual website. We're going to set our performance goal as maximize number of conversions. Conversions in this instance is sales. We're going to go ahead and set the budget. Going down here, audience. Now this is where things are going to get a little more complex. Essentially, this is the part that is, I would say, most important within setting up a campaign. This is where you're going to set up exactly who you want to target, who you want these ads to be shown to. Then that's going to complete our ad set level. We're going to go ahead and move into the ad now. So I'm going to go ahead and create 3 different ads.
After properly setting up your Facebook ad account, the only thing left to do is actually coming up with good marketing ideas. And the secret to doing that is actually that 4-step framework I just walked you through. The only difference is that instead of walking yourself through it, you're going to walk your client through it. That's how powerful that framework is. So you're going to sit down with your client on an onboarding call. You're going to figure out who they're trying to target, what their target audience wants, and where their target audience is compared to what they want. You're going to come up with a bridge, and then you're going to create all your marketing around that bridge. And the better you are at understanding who you're targeting, what they want, and where they're at, the better you will get at creating offers that effectively bridge that gap. And the better you are at creating offers that effectively bridge that gap, the more money in your clients' pockets and the more money in your pockets. And that's it. That's the 1, 2, 3 step guide on how to start, scale, and run this business model. But do I think an absolute beginner would be able to run this business model effectively? Fuck no. It's not that I don't believe in you. There are just too many foundational skills needed in order to even get the ball rolling. These are skills like sales, copywriting, funnels, leadership, running ads. There's so many things that you need to learn first before you can actually do this. And without those skills, you are setting yourself up for failure. Even Brez himself says that the only reason why he succeeded is because he was running the same game plan for his own clothing brand beforehand. And before that, he himself will tell you that he had a lot of online businesses that all failed. But don't worry, that's exactly what this channel is for. I'm here to show you all the different ways you can make money online and teach you all the skills necessary to actually run them successfully. If that sounds like something you're down for, drop a like on this video and subscribe for more content. And a PS before I leave off, I know I briefly touched up on each one of these points, but I was purposefully because I didn't really want to dive in onto that deep nerdy shit. That's actually what my second channel is for. And if enough people comment on this video saying that they want me to go like really in depth with DM scripts, sales scripts, pitch deck structures, and things like that, I will make a full-blown video tutorial on my second channel specifically for those of you that want that higher level of education.